class. Today our lesson is about fiction and nonfiction books. Our essential question for today is, what is the difference between fiction and nonfiction? So you just watched the YouTube video of Happy Feet. Now, a few questions we're going to think of are, do penguins really dance? Do they sing? Do they talk? Well, yes, penguins are real, but they don't do any of these things. So that would make the scene from Happy Feet fiction because it is fantasy. Now we have 4 items under each category. The first one is fiction. So in fiction books, there's things such as talking animals. They're more fun to read, and they have magic in them, and they're usually fantasy. So we are going to associate the word fiction with the word fantasy. We're going to do the same thing with the word not fiction for not fantasy or non-fantasy. And the 4 categories under here are not fantasy, as we just said. They are informational. They usually use real animals, and they are very factual. They give real, true facts. What you are going to do is you're going to have a list of pictures similar to these. You are going to take a piece of paper and label it similar to this, where it says nonfiction and fiction. Now, once you have your paper labeled, you are going to take your pictures and cut them so that you can glue them on each side of your category. So if we are going to do one together, we would take a car. And is a car fiction or nonfiction? Well, cars are real, so they're not fantasy. So we are going to put this on the nonfiction side. So on your paper, you would glue a car on nonfiction. Next, we have Cinderella. Now, despite the fact that most of you probably seen her in Disney World or on TV, Cinderella is fantasy. So we would put Cinderella under fiction for fantasy. So tomorrow you are going to bring your paper that is labeled like this with the pictures glued on the proper side. And we get to review tomorrow, and you get to show me how much you know. And we're going to go over this just to make sure you got it right. So tomorrow, each of you get a little capsule. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it in a bucket of water. And so it's going to turn into an animal. So you get to tell me if this animal is fiction or nonfiction. And you get to tell me why this animal would be fiction or nonfiction. Another activity you are going to be able to do is to color a sheet similar to this. Now, all of your animals are going to be different, so make sure you're really paying attention. So let's say I have sea otters, just like I do right here. So if I was going to make this nonfiction, I would color my sea otters brown and the water blue. But if I want to have so much fun with it, I want to make it fiction. So I'm going to color my sea otters pink. And sea otters are not pink, so this is why that would be fiction. However you choose to do your picture, whether you choose fiction or nonfiction, make sure you write it at the top of your paper so that I know which one you chose. Thank you, class, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow so that you can show me all that you've learned.